actually put my quarterstaff.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am officially streaming.
Solid.
Yoo-hoo!
So I have this thing called stone cunning, which I don't know if this will ever come into effect. But when you make an intelligence check related to the origin of stonework, you're considered proficient, and you double your proficiency bonus. I said, I don't know if it'll ever come into effect, but that's kind of neat.
It could. We could get to a door that it's like.
I didn't mean
How's
to
this
share
door
that,
look?
but I have gnome cunning.
Gnome cunning?
Did that pop up on everybody else's screen?
Let me check.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was trying to look and see what it did. Apparently, if you hit the little bubble to the right, it'll share it to the rest of the class.
Yeah, which is really cool. Just because if it's like, well, why do you get this? Oh, well, because of this. You guys can now see.
Exactly. Now, does that, my question, you're by popular demand,
Mm-hmm.
does that cover the whole party? Do we all get free room and board if you dance?
I would say that's
Do I have to,
really
like, pay
up
to
to
try and
that's
board?
up to Ty.
So how it is made out to be when it comes to these kind of things, they are in the background of the character. So there's a stage of gameplay which happens outside of adventuring, because you can't adventure 24/7. There's parts of living. So there's an actual tab in the player's handbook for people I'd recommend to look at, is things like lifestyle. Um, for example, if you live a lavish lifestyle, you actually end up spending 10 gold a day on it. Whereas if you live on the streets, you don't spend any money, but you can actually get quite unhealthy by doing that. The DM can give you some negative modifiers to this. But it also, with the bard, which is a good example, or the cleric, there's ways to get free room and board during these non-adventuring days by
Yeah.
being either working as a entertainer, or with the cleric being accepted within um, your
Religion.
church, and basically becoming uh, a stand-in or temporary priest or monk at that chapel to perform services and such. Now, on a gameplay scale, for just yourselves, like in the game itself, without going to that stage of the game, he can potentially win you guys free room and board if his performance is good enough, or if persuasion and other aspects of the game are a thing. I'm not saying you should do that every time, because you might end up getting a reputation for being very cheap, and disliked by most tavern owners. But yes, it is possible for him to get you free room and board. Not very likely, considering all of you are level 1, which means that you are effectively just beginning your careers in this area. And I'm not saying that you guys suck at what you're doing. I'm just saying that
But
you're
we suck.
just
No, we
beginning
do.
your career.
Okay, so
It just means
check
that, like,
I even
this.
put
you
that
guys,
in my bio,
you
I
guys aren't
think.
famous enough for it to be like, you are heroes. You are known for casting magic with music. You are known for bashing people's skulls in with swords, casting spells, and so forth, right? You might have trained for many, many years and been well known in certain areas, but you're not world famous, and you're certainly not the best at what you do yet, though you aim to be.
Good thing Paris not doing this
Telling me
adventure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a good thing you don't have Paris in this adventure then, because he would not agree with that.
I must be
You are
known.
He's
above
an outlaw.
average, though, is the thing. You guys are much better than the average human, because that is the whole point. You are heroes in this story. Now I'm still setting this up, so just give me a quick second while I change this setup here. Sorry.
Yeah, check out that Shelter of the Faithful. If you guys are with me and these people are the same religion as, then you can get free aid and free healing and stuff as long as you're with.
Yeah, same thing. Like if you check this out that I have,
Already shared
same
that.
thing, similar. Oh yeah, I already posted that one. Hey Ty, is there a way that if someone were to start streaming our, like on Twitch, that I could put something in there that they can see if you like D&D, if you want to play with people, uh, somewhere that we can have a link for the Discord?
Yes, there is. If you go to the Twitch page itself, or not Twitch page itself, go to your own Twitch channel's homepage there. At the bottom, there's this little tab that says Edit Panels. Click on that and add a panel that is just text and write down, hey, you want to join our adventures? Click on this link and you can put a link there.
Oh, cool.
So what's the weight to make you encumbered? Because like I'm 120 pounds and I just calculate all my weight and I'm 65.3 pounds.
Pretty sure it's whatever your strength is, not the modifier, but the actual strength number times something. Hold on a second.
20?
I don't know. What are we looking for? What's it called again?
Check it out.
Wait. Carrying capacity, how do I calculate it? It's 15 times, that's right. It's
15 times your actual.
your actual strength.
And that's like my dice roll, like my 11, not the 0, right?
I'm sorry, come again? What was that?
So it'd be 15 times what my dice roll was, not my actual stat. It's like my strength 0, obviously 15 times 0 is 0.
No. See,
So it'd be
your
15
strength
times
is
11.
0, then what
So
is your strength?
mine's
11?
165.
So it would be 11
Yeah,
times
so we
15.
165. So 165.
Right, because my strength is 14. I said not your modifier. Your modifier would be the small number.
Where?
Do I even want to know? Your stepmom is streaming live right now. So I posted.
Oh no.
What? Oh yeah, look at that. That was a lot of fun. Alright, and you said that there's somewhere where we can say edit panels? Preferences, streaming tools, edit stream information.
No. You go to channel, just channel. Go to your Twitch, click on your little avatar up there, click on channel, and beneath the preview of what's being viewed right now, underneath that, it should say edit panels. Toggle that on.
Why do I not see this? What in the world?
It really
Back
should
to
be.
Twitch.
Make sure that you're signed in as your account.
Channel.
Yes, channel. There you go. And beneath the video should be
Edit
panel.
panels.
There you go.
Engage community with panel extensions. So,
Scroll past that. Just click on the big box as the plus sign.
okay,
Just
add text or an image. Aha! I can probably close Steam. I don't know why that's open right now.
I was wondering why it was staying live Steam.
And invite people. Edit invite link.
Yeah, make sure that your text is in the town square, like your text channel, when you're making the invites. Otherwise, you're going to invite them to a room that they won't be able to see or hear until they become an 18 plus, which doesn't really work out very well.
So
an
I go
18
to
or
the
under.
town crier first and then create an invite?
Yeah, preferably.
Okay, town crier. Da da da.
All right. Setting up here. Just got to go to Facebook. Gonna message out my. Coming back to Twitch, because this will be the first time that I've Twitch streamed in a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have your Twitch thing? Excuse me. Teddy, what are you doing? Are you trying to get in the cave? What are you doing? Hey, are you okay? What are you looking for? I don't have your ball. Oh, what's this? Oh. Okay. Here, I thought you loved me. Hey, PC Rich 25 just went up.
At some point, we should form up a little bit of a stream team there. It'd be nice to be able to host other people while we're away from the streams.
Yeah. No, I'm totally. I've already got you as one of the channels that if I'm not on, it'll stream what you're doing.
Same here. But sometimes it's nice to have the stream team set up so that you can see who is online at that time
Oh.
that you're ending your stream. So you can just be like, oh, he's not actually online, so I shouldn't host him. Right? Whereas if you see someone else who's online and you're like, oh, I can host him instead. Because we have a good number of friends that stream. Oddly enough. It's quite strange. All right, let's go to the Twitch page. Go to my channel. Copy. Paste. Share. All right. Wow. All right.
So
And
I have added a panel that has an invite to our Discord. I have no idea if it's actually working or not. So
Thanks, bud.
Right here.
oh, you can see it. Cool. If you scroll down, does it show you anything? Does it?
I'm not logged in, so it just shows me that there's 3 people watching right now.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
Ty, we have people watching. We've got to get to stuff.
oh, I do like you have a little picture here. What the hell is your problem, Teddy? Barry, more bread over here? What is your deal? Go.
But yeah, I'm looking at
Your dog's food, right?
I'm looking at Jess's computer, and I can see that we're streaming. However, I cannot. I don't see the
I
panel.
opened it before you put that thing on there. Let me refresh the page.
Oh, do you think maybe it's
Yeah, that was it.
okay? Perfect, great. If people reload the page, they actually will have access to our Discord from this point on. Does that also stick with Does that also stick with like recordings when if someone were to watch this in the future over the next couple weeks?
I've muted the game here so that I wouldn't have to hear it.
Looks like he hit his face on something.
Look, I killed one of your guys.
You killed one of the. Oh,
Oh yeah. I just killed him.
how you doing there, Ty?
On Discord, he's showing us both muted and deafened, and I wonder if that's Twitch related.
Uh-oh.
Good night, David. Gotta go get in the tub, baby. Turn.
Ty, what happened to you?
Wait,
All right.
he's
Oh,
back.
okay, cool.
Hey there. So, hopefully, everybody on my stream could hear you guys right now.
I hope so too.
It seems like they can. Awesome. All
Hup.
right.
Hooray.
So, Kate, if you wanted to send the link over to Becca.
Oh, I sent it already.
Oh,
I've
okay.
also posted on my cosplay page and my Insta.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Awesome.
On the
So, I just did a little bit of an intro talking about what I'll be doing today. And I was hoping that I'd get a little bit of an introduction from each of you, starting with Peter, if possible.
Wait, are we like myself or my character?
Actually, you know what? Let's do both. Just do a little bit of a background if you don't have one already completed. Just a general idea of what class and race you are if you don't have a background set up. And you don't have to go full detail, just a little bit of a quip, okay?
Totally
So,
down.
yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so my name is Peter. If you're watching, maybe join our Discord. You can find a link in my stream. Ty, do you have a link to the Discord also?
Yes, I do. I have it down in the info panels underneath the video.
Excellent. So if you're watching this and you want to join us
You've
at
got
any
big
time,
echo.
you can always. Oh, I have echo?
Super echo.
Okay. I think we just fixed that.
Solid.
Okay, so if you're watching this and you want to join our Discord community and meet other tabletop gamers like yourself, you can check out the link below for the link to do so, and we'll be happy to see you there. Other than that, my name is Peter. I will be playing Roland Evander, a half-elf bard from the city of Faerun. I travel the world with my pet raccoon, also known as Chipper. Chipper and I are looking for a loot that was stolen from me by a bastard noble. And I have met good friends along the way, including Fnipper, my young gnome friend, who's probably much older than me. I don't know. You never ask a gnome their age. Baby? I mean,
All right, that was
Fnipper.
awesome. Yeah, can we go on to Jess there? You're next.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jess. I'll be playing the role of Nipper, also known as Frangipani, Nymeria, Pamplemousse, Eliwick, Roswin, silver thread. I am a who is I'm a wizard's apprentice, and I've been on some adventures with Roland, and I'd like to continue adventuring with this group. And I can't find my bio. Yeah. I have a couple of different siblings. I've gone to university, and I just ran into you guys, I guess.
Hooray!
Yeah, sorry. I'm not really
Thanks,
great at
Jess.
this.
Okay. If that's it, then it should be on to Jake.
I'm Jake. I will be playing Fernan, son of Nun. I am a winter elf rogue. My village was raided when I was very young, and I was orphaned and sent to a temple to be raised by monks, where I met a rival who always outshined me amongst many things, and therefore, in a jealous rage, I did something that I will not speak of, which got me banned for life. And so I have now been traveling the lands to make a living on the streets.
All right. And then next is the lovely Thistle, also known as Kate.
Hello, I'm Kate, better known as Thistle. I will be playing Ellen Pyre. She is a human fighter, super original, I know, but way out of character for me. I'm usually a barbarian, so playing a character who is interested in fairness and kindness and is in fact a folk hero is super bizarre. And I'm gonna have to work real hard to not have her be a murder hobo.
And last but certainly not least, we have James.
Hi, my name is James. I will be playing Flint Iron. I'm a cleric hill dwarf. See, I'm not that new to it. I've played before, but still learning the ropes. But little things about me is like I spent too long in the temple, so I don't have a whole lot of experience with people. I love to help people, and that's really who my.
You kind of cut out there.
I'm sorry, not the best. Where'd you lose me?
To help
Just that
people.
you like to help people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
around
about
there.
it. I was yeah.
That's good enough. Still know how to talk to
Alright.
people, but I
Yeah,
like
that's
people.
like me.
Oh,
I
I'm short and stout. How about that? I'm 4'4" and 195 pounds.
Yeah, dwarves
You
tend
are
to be
massive.
very heavy.
so I'm a sage, and I'm a wizard, and I'm really bad at social things.
You're a wizard snipper.
At least I'm trying to be. This is my first time actually playing as a wizard. I've been a ranger and a druid before, so this is a whole new thing for me, and I've never been a gnome before, so I'm just trying something new.
Hey, just asking, how am I coming through to everyone because I muted my mic?
I muted you.
You are sounding like you're on the other side of a room,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say
not
you're about
quiet.
10 foot away.
So I realized that for the stream, especially when Thistle pointed out that there's an echo, if I mute Jess, no one on my stream is going to be able to hear her. And it would probably work out better for the stream because you can hear me, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I probably sound like I'm a little bit away from the
Oh yeah, it's picking it up on my mic.
mic. Yeah. But at least for the sake of all the streams, everyone can hear what's going on. Let me check OBS. Yeah. So people are going to be able to hear me through Jess's microphone, and at least there's not going to be like an echo for everyone. We're going to have to figure some of those details out later, but for the time being, I think this is probably the best way to go.
Solid.
Solid.
Salad.
Shiny.
All right. So,
Thank you, Bachman.
I have a quick question for everybody here. You all are relatively new to Dungeons and Dragons, except for Thistle, who has been
I've
playing for
played-
a good long time.
I've been playing for a couple of years.
Great. Okay. So it's Jess, you're a bit more experienced as well.
And Jake and Pete have been playing in our campaign that's been lasting at least a year. Plus, we did another campaign last year that didn't last quite as long. So,
And I've only played maybe 5 or 6 sessions.
Yeah.
So I'm still pretty green.
but I think everybody except for maybe you and Thistle are new to Roll20. So this is going to be a new
Yeah.
platform for us.
Right. Anyway, the question that I was meaning to ask everybody was the question of when it comes to playing your characters and portraying them. I have asked this question before, and I just wanted to set down what everybody's comfort level was when it came to role playing their characters.
Hey, so your voice is coming through and then it's doubling over.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
Well,
that's.
fine to me.
Well, that's the thing.
That's because they're in the same house.
No.
It sounds okay for me too.
It's Cheddar.
Oh, yeah. I was having problems hearing him earlier.
No, it's not that we can't hear him. It's that we can hear. Like, James, how the sound coming out? Like, is it coming out of your computer and then
Oh, no,
we're
you guys
hearing
are coming
ourselves
out of
from your
You
computer?
guys are coming out of my phone.
Yeah, he's
We're
using his
coming out
phone.
we're coming out of his speaker, so yeah.
So what's happening is that we're speaking and it's coming out of Cheddar's phone, and his phone is picking up its own speaker and then playing it back into the Discord, so that repeats our voice over and over again. The best way to avoid that is to potentially hook up like a headset or a like earplugs to your phone,
Right.
and that way
I tried one headset earlier, and that seemed to have a very poor quality mic. People have a hard time.
Yeah.
Are you running on your PC or are you running on the iPad right now?
Okay, so I have Discord running on my phone, but I have our Roll20 game up on the computer.
On the PC.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to find him like a really affordable USB headset. There's probably one on eBay.
I'm
for
using my
like
Bluetooth
$3.
headset that I use for my PlayStation. It was like $20 or $30. It's the same one I use for my PlayStation.
Is this okay? Do I sound all right on this headset?
Yeah, you sound fine.
It's low, but yeah.
Well, you can always turn his volume up in the Discord.
Oh yeah, I think I probably just turned it low.
So
Where
if
is
this
he?
sounds okay to everybody, then we'll do it like this.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Can you go ahead and talk for a moment?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Test.
Did you say more than yeah? Because all I got was yeah.
Test. Testing, James.
Test.
2, 3.
He only said it twice, right?
Yeah.
Testing, James.
Testes.
I mean, that's all I heard.
All right. So has that finished with the echo there, Kate?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So to answer your question, Ty, I don't know how well I'll do with role playing, but I will say what my character is doing. And I don't know about doing voices. I'm not great with voices.
That's okay. The main question really affects how I will address you as a player. If I will address you as your character or you as a player. It'll
Okay.
basically change from me saying, so Fnipper, what do you do? Or me saying, hey Jess, what does Fnipper do?
You can say Fnipper. What do you do?
Right.
I think that'd be
Yeah,
fine.
I would be good with Flint. It might take me a couple times, but I'll learn to respond.
Okay.
I don't even know your name. All I know is Iron Fist is the last name. Oh, Flint. Of course.
Flint.
That makes sense.
Danger
All right.
zone.
I've been
I am-
practicing responding to Ellen in my head all day, so
Well, Pete's been calling me Snipper ever since I came up with the name, so I'm good.
All right.
I
So
love the name Snipper.
I still like
without
Coo.
without too much in there, Jake, are you there? You seem to have muted yourself.
I'm here. I'm just putting my son's telescope together since his birthday's tomorrow, but I'm still here.
Okay, just making sure. Anyway, to introduce everybody to that's in the stream and everyone here as well into the story of the game, I'm going to read you guys a little excerpt of how this story begins, and I'm going to then transition to our first map of the game. So, welcome to my campaign, homemade, homebrewed campaign based off of an old item and campaign for previous versions of Dungeons and Dragons called The Book of Vile Darkness.
dun, dun, dun.
Dun 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 dun. Thunder, lightning. Anyway, the party starts off in a little shack town, having adventured before together. And given their little experience as such, they are level 1. They are also given loot and such, befitting their class. Yada yada yada. The town, the little shack town that they're in, is called Custy. I'll open up the location right now in the journals tab. So for those who are not accustomed to Roll20, there's a little tab on the top right where the message box is called Journals. And if you click on that, you should find a handout called Custy. Custy is a town populated mainly of half-orcs and humans. It is dirty and run down and not lacking in its potential for looting and pillaging because it is a town of crime. Whores are displaying themselves openly by their shacks, and thieves are commonplace. Brutes often walk through the town, setting weaker thugs into hiding. You are one of these groups, but only by a small margin. For thieves may still make their mark, and the tougher brutes their meals. This town has connections to the blackest of markets and is a perfect place to prepare for a journey. Well, perfect for those who are less than perfect. You are in a inn, rather, you are in a tavern called the Boiled Gnat, and hold a table to yourselves. Save for 3 other men in the tavern, it's mostly empty. And let's do the transition.
Totally picturing Wayne's World. Okay.
We've got. We need Flint.
Oh, what is Wizard of Oz?
No place like home.
Shit, screen starts waving.
Right. And in Wayne's World, they do that.
All right, I believe that is everybody that's here. Yes. Oh, by the way, for our viewers, we do have one other player that will be joining us in the future, but today he seems to be a bit under the weather, so he will be unable to join us for the beginning of the campaign. Well, this is a bit sad to hear. We decided to continue on with the story in such a way that he would be able to join at any moment. Anyway, continuing on, you are in the Boiled Gnat, sitting around a small table. It is the tippy top of the morning. It is very, very early. Some of you may have a hangover or are simply just early go-getter type. Either way, you're up in the morning, not very active tavern or inn, and you have all spent your final night that you have paid for in this inn for now, and are just deciding what to do next in your little adventure.
Is that like go?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much go.
First thing, I am going to move myself over to the barkeep, and I'm going to just order a cup of water. Want myself some water without spending money anyway. Kind of cheap.
I'm gonna walk over, and I am a bit hungover. I'm gonna need a beer.
But I asked the barkeep after he gives me some water if I can play some music for everyone.
What time is it? And how
Hey.
many people have hangovers?
My
It's
fucking
quite
head
early.
is throbbing.
The half-orc barkeep looks up at you and just kind of grimaces a little bit and goes, "You know, I don't think it's the right time for that. Come by in the afternoon, and I'll give you a shot."
More than happy to, good sir. And I go back, and with my drink of water, I use
Which he did not give you.
prestidigitation, and I turn it into cranberry juice.
Obviously, you can't hear. I'm going up in the corner to just kind of be able to observe quietly.
Are you sure you acquired said water from the bartender?
I'm going back for my glass of water.
All right. He reaches down, grabs a mug, goes over to the keg nearby, goes to the tap, and comes back and hands you what you're pretty sure is not water.
Thank you. I give him a big smile. Thank you so much, sir. I bring this back over to Fnipper.
Oh, really?
Hey, Fnips.
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 Snip.
Does this look?
Huh?
Does this look potable?
Oh, you know what? I know I have things like that as my druid, but I don't think I have anything here.
I'm just asking you, like, for your opinion.
Well, it doesn't look like
Sip if
water.
you'd like.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use prestidigitation and turn it into cranberry juice, or at least make it taste like cranberry juice, as long as it doesn't get me sick.
It looks very similar to the stuff that Flint is drinking currently.
Okay, but I don't want beer. Huzzah! I have cranberry juice, everyone.
Or at least it tastes like cranberry juice.
Will it still get him drunk if it's alcoholic? I'm just wondering.
Yes, it would.
Oh, man.
Wonderful.
You might change the flavor, doesn't change what's in it.
Fantastic.
So what does Fernan do there, by the way, Jake? Or rather, what does Fernan do?
I'm just kind of staying off into the side, just kind of observing right now, just being kind to myself.
Okay. And Ellen?
I'm going to go over to the barkeeper and I'm going to say to him, I'm so sorry for my comrades. I just want to let you know now that I'm not like them. I'm not going to cause the same kind of trouble that they will. So I'm just gonna come hang out over here. I'm not drinking, but I would love a glass of milk.
I yell
I
over
think
to the
you've come to the
barkeep.
wrong
I
place.
can't wait to be back at noon.
I am so sorry about him.
Hi,
I'm
Ellen.
so sorry.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to.
I am actively pretending I don't know.
Ellen.
That's it.
Hey, Ellen.
And I run away from him and join Ellen at the bar and
Oh,
apologize
boy.
again
What
for our
making that one
friends.
first part back there is just the fact that his voice is kind of distant already, and since they're further away,
Even better.
Ellen! Ellen!
You gotta try some of this. I hand her some of my cup.
I do not consume any of this.
Fine, joke's on you. Doesn't even taste how it looks.
I don't even know that.
Anyway, the barkeep goes, I think you're in the wrong place for milk there. Anyway, whatever drink that you'll get, you'd probably want it to be alcoholic. Because if it's water, it'll probably poison you. If it's milk, I can guarantee there aren't any dairy cows or goats in the area.
Hey, Ellen.
You know, I think I'm good. I don't need anything.
I can make it taste like milk.
It's kind of disturbing.
It's fine. Ellen. Hey.
I'm gonna check on this guy over here. He looks like he threw up on the ground.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
alright.
currently doing a little bit of a dry heave right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So, how many days? You said this was the last day of us staying in this tavern. How long have we stayed here?
Well, it's up to you guys to decide.
I mean, has this bartender seen us before?
Well, obviously, you paid for rooms.
Yeah, that's yeah. So I approach. Well, I guess I have already approached said bartender and asked him and say we are adventurers. Obviously, you should have known that by now. We've been here long enough. But we're looking to see if there's anything in town that we may be able to help you with. Is there anything going on?
Adventurers. We've got enough of those nowadays.
Wow.
Anyway, no, I don't have any missions for you or any information I can spare.
Do you
Why
know
don't
of
you-
anyone that needs help with anything?
No, the whole world needs help.
You're not wrong.
Anyway, I would seriously doubt that you'd find anybody nearby who would be willing to pay for any of your services.
I don't do it for the payment. I do it because it's the right thing.
Same here.
I sound like fucking Captain America. Just shoot me.
I continue
At
to
this-
use prestidigitation to make little sparks and fireworks appear behind Ellen every time that she says something righteous.
Jesus Christ.
I
Oh
can't
my
even
god.
figure out how my character will work right now just because of him.
Anyway, a man bursts through the door, a bit louder than was necessary, trudges over with incredibly muddy boots over to the bar, sits on a stool, looks at the orc, nods, and the orc goes, all right, and goes over and grabs a bottle of what seems to be maybe a slightly more expensive drink, brings it over to the guy on the table and puts it on the counter, and the guy slides over what seems to be a couple silvers. The man looks obviously interesting, and he looks around and sees what's currently happening and goes, all right, so it seems like you've got an interesting crowd this morning there. Adventurers?
I guess you could call us that.
The half-orc gentleman nods and goes, yeah, and they're truly the helpful type. And he looks over at Roland specifically.
I'm still having a party. Just so you guys know, me and my raccoon are just sitting at a table playing checkers with each other, and he's winning.
Well, he looks over. Flint, you've approached him to his side, right?
Yeah, I'm curious. I wanted to hear him better.
He looks over at you, looks over at Ellen. Goes, all right, I think I can deal with this. He goes, I have a room upstairs. And it should be the furthest from the door on the southern end. Meet me there in about 3 hours. Knock 3 times on the door. I'll let you in, and I can assure you it'll be well worth your time.
I'm not gonna lie, this sounds slightly sketch.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I think this sounds like you're getting.
You're cutting out.
Chipper just took all of my chips, and I'm really upset about it, so I just kind of wander over. What's going on?
This guy invited us up to his room in 3 hours. Said we had to knock 3 times and it'd be well worth it.
Oh, is this payment for when I go to play later?
Sure. Yes. That's exactly what it is.
I'll see you there.
And I pat him on the back. Well, can I reach his back?
I go back over to Chipper and I tell him to make sure to remind me in 2.5 hours we need to be back here. He has a
Chipper's
notepad.
really confused because he's not used to being talked to.
I can talk to him. I can totally talk to him.
Oh no,
You
that's
can
what I
bring
mean.
Hannah?
He's just not used to being talked to. Well, besides Roland, who I don't think he speaks critter.
I don't. Not at all. I think there's a mutual understanding between us.
Not at all.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yep. Nope, you're definitely
I'm
right,
gonna
Roland.
walk-
That's what
I'm
Chipper
gonna-
said.
Just for clarification, Fnipper does have the ability to speak with small beasts, but they, due to their intelligence level, they don't speak in full sentences. Oftentimes, they speak in feelings, and they use very, very short words, so they can't use extrapolate or fancy languages. So
None
it's
of them
very
big
simple.
words. All right.
Yeah.
They can't talk fancy.
No, that's all right. I'm still the interpreter. I think that's why Roland and I are friends. Because I can speak to Chipper.
Oh, Nipper, there's so many other reasons that we're friends.
Oh, okay, good. Can you name them?
Well, what do you think, Chipper?
Ah, yes, that makes sense. Yep.
I'll walk over to Roland. And part of
Alright.
my trait is that I can make people feel very important and very appreciative. So, but at the same time, not being offended, as I've learned. And I'm gonna tell him, "Hey, buddy, having a good time, aren't you?"
Oh, of course I am.
All right. Well, let's maybe just ease up a little bit on that stuff because we wouldn't want you to not be perfect when it's performance time, right?
Oh, you are right. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
You don't
how
want to
many
get
of
too many
those?
fireworks. You don't want to
Yeah,
get
those
too many
are very
fireworks on
juicy.
shows before you take away the surprise.
He's right. I go back over to the
Trying to get him to-
bartender.
No, you're good.
Well, I need to order a water.
No, you don't. The water is poisonous here.
I need to sober up.
Yeah. Let me smack you across the face a couple times. That
Yeah.
might sober you up.
No.
Wait, I hop on the table so that I can reach his face, and I smack him. Where is he? He's over here. Hold on, where's my mouse? I am on the table, smacking Roland across the face. Sober up.
Well, I'm gonna walk over to the bartender here and ask, so who exactly was that, my fine gent?
Oh, him? He's one of my regulars. Comes by every now and again. Stays for a couple of nights. often he starts claiming that he's found some great ancient treasure of some odd or some sort. Often comes back empty-handed, though. Though he's not short for coin, as you saw. Bought one of my most expensive drinks. Always does that.
As hide face, I see. Ever a target of the town? Since this is a bit of a ruffian town.
Yes, you do have the right perspective on this place, but not on him.
All right,
If
good
you
to know.
were to know better, no one messes with him. Specifically, nobody messes with Tavar the Swift.
That's his name?
And that is indeed his name.
All right.
So we have. What is this? The journal? Is there any way that I can write in it, or
Just give me 1 second.
okay? I just don't have a notebook in front of me, and I like to write down things like that.
Whoa. This is like a person?
I am showing you guys Tavar the Swift, where you guys have the ability to edit his information to fit what you guys believe to be important information.
Okay. Can we all modify it at the same time, or?
Technically, yes, but depending on who clicks save first or last, determines what the outcome is.
Oh.
So be
Yeah.
careful who edits it.
Okay. And obviously, we don't want to get rid of the text that's already here.
Well, I mean, there's not much, but yeah, generally,
Why not?
yes.
To be dedicated note taker.
How do we edit it? Because I'm looking at it and it's not giving me an
Oh.
edit button.
I forgot. 1 sec.
Okay.
Boop.
So
There
it's
you go.
not just me. Cool.
You close it and open it up again. It should
Got
allow
it.
you to edit it.
Yep.
There you go. All right. So, for the next 3 hours, what did you guys want to do?
I'm gonna go for a walk.
All right, by yourself?
I will
Unless someone
accompany you.
wants.
I will
I'll
accompany
take
her.
it.
Strength in numbers, after all.
How does everybody else feel about it?
Can I pop this out? Oh, I can. Cool.
I'm probably gonna take Chipper and Fnipper. Chipper and Fnipper.
That's
I
great.
love this.
Yeah.
So Chipper and Fnipper and I are going to walk around town and just kind of meet with people.
I'm gonna keep him out of trouble,
Good.
Put your
or
pants on.
attempt to at least.
I teach.
I have faith in you.
Thank you.
Kind of.
I am also just really small, so I'm not really sure how much I'll be able to help him, but I'll try to steer him in the right direction.
That's all that we can ask.
So,
I wanna
are
go
you
to the
all going to go
stores,
for a walk together,
stores,
or are you
Fnipper.
separating?
You want to go to the stores?
I'm
Sure.
gonna go to the stores.
Let's go check out the stores.
That's a good question. Are we all going together, or are we going in groups?
Oh, Flint, you can join.
Flint, you want to go shopping with us?
Sure. Let's go.
Oh,
I'm
you
not
know what
good
I
with
would
people.
love to do? I would love to go to an armor smith or a weaponsmith. Weaponsmith. That sounds good.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. So, the group is all traveling together, I assume?
I don't know. Sure.
Yes. Let's all go together.
Hooray!
Huzzah. I want to type things, but I don't know what I want to say. It's so very clicky.
All right. So, you all travel down the street a bit, and you're finding no luck in any sort of smith's shop. There are a couple blacksmiths that do things like horseshoe work and farm like hooks and such, but none that do any sort of weaponsmithing or armor smithing.
What kind of shops are there? What do we find while we walk around the town?
Nothing that is immediately off. There's a couple signs for taverns and inns, but they look long abandoned. Though a few of them haven't been abandoned, but are certainly much worse than the place you're currently staying at.
It's because of the description of the place, though, I'm feeling kind of like we might be followed or watched. Do I notice like we being looked at weird or anyone following us?
Roll a perception check for me.
Should I just go to the D20 or no? I got my character sheet. That's right.
Yeah, you should have your character sheet. And you should be able to just click on perception. All right. Well, 6.
Wow. Wow. That's a 2 plus a 4. All right.
Oh yeah, can we all roll for
I got-
perception? I don't
got
think
a
I
14.
haven't.
For those who are actively looking, which would be so far Jake's the only one that said that he was actively looking. You would roll. Besides that, it would be your passive perception.
So yeah, my passive is 13, but I am totally not actively looking. Right now, Roland is entertaining himself by having little fart noises go off around people.
So you're drawing attention.
No, not to me.
My
Are you
passive
making me
perception is
sound like I'm farting?
No.
Why are you looking at me like that? I swear it wasn't me.
Anyway, nobody seems to notice anybody following the group. By the looks of things,
That's a 14. by the
no
way,
one
passive.
seems to be interested in confronting this group of potentially dangerous individuals in the town. Though you do get a couple coos and fingers from some prostitutes and harlots, and both male, female, and multiple races of said employment, trying to
Roland
make
goes and
their
talks to the
sale
prostitutes.
towards you.
The
what
faces
was that?
he is making at me right now. I'm sorry, Roland does what now?
I'm going to go talk to these nice people. They look very friendly.
Yeah, they're extra friendly.
All right. Do you have a preferred type, Roland?
Oh no, are we gonna get into the book of erotic fantasy now?
Oh God. What?
Let's not do that. But anyway, Roland, what was it that?
I'm gonna push the Roland
Oh,
away from them and
everyone's
back
getting
on track.
a bad idea of what Roland is doing right now. I tell you, Roland is just making small talk.
I'm going to kind of edge and keep pushing them along because we're not here to have games right now. We're looking.
But I do ask them,
If they know Taver the Swift?
yeah, do you guys know Taver Swift?
Okay, so Flint goes up. It was Flint, right? That was
No,
pushing.
that was what?
Who
Roland.
was pushing Roland?
Oh, that's me. No, Ferdinand.
Oh, Fernan. Oh, yes. Okay, so Fernan goes up and starts pushing the ever rambunctious Roland out of the way of these prostitutes, and he's kind of trying to duck over the shoulder and pushing away. Roland then blurts out, "Does any of you know a Tavar Swift?" Which gets a little bit of a confused look, but after realizing what he means, the prostitutes immediately turn white, turn away, and go into their little shacks and holes.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh,
Come back!
look what you
Let
did.
me talk to you.
Well, that's a little foreboding.
Roland, I told you shouldn't talk to them. I was trying to warn you.
Just trying to be friendly.
All right. So your little adventure has found you very little in the way of and blacksmithing, sadly. Was there any other places that you would specifically look out in this small, pretty shitty town during your 3 hours of free?
Buildings that maybe look nicer than the rest that we see, or look well, at least
You
more
do
upkept.
see one building off in the distance that seems to be very large. And even from this distance, you see the shiny glint of brass and gold decorations on the building itself.
Oh, you guys. I think there might be some fine folks up there. Let's go check it out.
it out.
Is there anybody else left on the streets for like? Are they all gone now because of I'm asking?
It was mostly just the street workers there that disappeared. There are a couple peasants and what looks to be thugs that are keeping their distance from you, but still doing their rounds on the street.
All right, so I'll try to find one that doesn't look quite so aggressive and just ask who lives in the building down there,
All right.
the nice shiny one.
That will be. Let's give a persuasion check.
Oh, who's
If
doing
you
the
can persuade
persuader?
them to talk. That would be
No. It is
that's the person
Baron?
who's asking the question, which is Fernan, I believe it was.
Oh yes,
God
Fernan.
damn it.
Was that a
Number-
bad roll?
All right.
Yeah, that's a one.
I wasn't looking. Oh, but that comes out to be a 5. Oh, but it gives you red because it was a 1. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, crit success and crit fails really only matter on attack rolls.
Yes, it's a house roll. I feel like it really.
By the way, Jake,
Oh,
if you click on the little as selection there, you can change what it labels you in the chat box there.
Gotcha. I'll switch that now. Okay.
It should allow you to switch over to your actual character's name instead of just Jake. For example, you might notice that, you know,
That's why
there's
mine is so long.
Frangie, was it Frangipani?
Yeah,
Frangipani.
it's a type of flower. The
Frangipani, Namira,
I switched it.
Pamplemousse, Eliwick, Rosenwind, Silverthread, aka Nipper.
I guess
Okay.
if I'm not very persuasive, I'm just gonna be like,
I would
what over?
figure.
Hey, fucker, who lives over there?
I kind
the
of put
persuasion-
pamplemousse in there to as a nod to my Canadian friends, or at least French people. Isn't
Right.
Talking about Monsieur Anana. Or no,
Yeah, see that?
Pamplemousse.
Pamplemousse.
Yes, is that how you pronounce it in French?
Well, I'm a little too much.
Pamplemousse? Oui.
Yes, grapefruit. Yep, that's me. That's why my hair's pink. No,
I
sorry.
don't speak a lick of French, but
Neither do I.
Kate here was originally her first language was French.
Pete took a couple of years in high school, I think, right?
Yep, and I have lost almost all of that knowledge.
I learned Spanish.
It's very easy to lose a language if you don't speak it for many years.
I speak
Yeah.
French at work sometimes because the coworker that sits next to me also speaks French.
Yeah, there's a lot of Spanish in Florida, so I get to practice every so often, so it's not too rusty. I get my point across at least.
I was gonna say I speak Spanish constantly.
Do you?
I'm a roofing super.
Oh yeah, that's right. So a lot of people you work with probably speak.
We have 48 employees, 8 speaking.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wow. All
I
right.
just
Anyway,
kinda go around pointing at things.
you tend to fail to figure out whose place this is. In
I
general.
suppose the only way now is to go knock.
Yes, I agree. Let's go check it out.
Oh,
All right.
let me go.
You want to go?
Yeah.
Okay, can we go
I
with
can
you?
say hi.
Can we go with you?
Yeah, people love me.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I go knock on the door. I am super confident, by the way.
All
Yes,
right.
and he
I
has an
don't know
intelligence
if
of
that's-
0.
So you all arrive at the front gates of this large mansion, and you would see that it is, as best you can guess, the local duke's household. There are guards at the gate, and yeah, there's no way that you're getting through there without them opening it for you.
I say hi to the guards.
Do a dance for him.
Oh, I
They
absolutely can.
they regard you and say, "Piss off, peasant."
Peasant? Well, I never. I'm here to perform for the Duke for his lunch.
They both lower their halberds at you. There is no performance happening today.
A little aggressive, but I mean that's fair. This is someone's private residence.
I mean no harm.
Okay, so again, since I, can make people feel very important and wonderful, I'm gonna walk over to Fernan, but they don't mean that as an insult. They're actually thanking you as the most wonderful peasant of them all. So let's just say this performance for later. You're wanting to give your routine up way too quickly, my friend.
You're right.
And let's
You hear
just
that?
back away, non-aggressively. Shut
I
your
start
mouth.
yelling at the
Shut
guards.
your mouth.
You
Shut
hear
your
that?
mouth.
I'm gonna perform the fuck out of that later.
Oh dear
You're
lord.
gonna love
Yes,
me.
you sure will, buddy. Come on, come on. Let's go on.
Free
Right here.
bird!
All right. So does anybody else do anything with the guards while Roland is being escorted away?
I would
I
like to
say
ask
to them
Go ahead.
to have a very wonderful afternoon,
Okay.
and I leave.
Yes, sorry for disturbing you today. My friend had a little too much to drink this morning.
It was cranberry juice.
Did Flint or
Yeah, I was gonna ask them if they had any more information on the that I could possibly.
that would be a persuasion check, I guess. Again.
Just so we all know, I'm having a little bit of.
Having a little bit of
Connection issues.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You said it's a perception or persuasion?
Persuasion.
Boom.
Ooh, look at that bright green. Well,
12?
Yep, we had 12.
question mark?
And you were asking for information about the Duke?
Yes.
Well, one of them sighs and looks at you and goes, "This Duke is the proud owner of this land and maintains the peace and tranquility of its people."
That feels pointed.
I don't see much peace, but okay.
Yes,
At that
Knipper bites her
mention-
tongue, but also agrees that there is not much peace or prosperity in the Duke's land.
Yes, it would seem like the Duke might be a little bit
Corrupt.
corrupt. Yes, a bit questionable in their dealings with its people. Considering how poor and out of shape this town itself is versus his grand and amazing mansion that he has, you would guess that most of the taxes are paying for the the household itself.
Are the guards human, by the way?
Sorry?
Are the guards human?
One of them is half orc and the other is actually an elf.
Elf?
Yes.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna let everyone know right now that I am actively weighing my feelings about the people being taken advantage of versus my desire not to cause trouble. So, be ready.
Okay.
All right. Well,
So-
using my great flattery skills, we'll just peacefully walk up to the guards and be like, "So, you guys are some very strong lads. I hope you're being pretty paid well for everything you guys can do and whatnot. This has got to be the safest guy around here. Am I right? So, what's it take to get on board? Guard Your Majesty."
That'll be another persuasion check.
Good, because the dice rolls are so good, sir, right now. Sure.
I would also like to go to the one guard.
Aha!
Oh,
What'd you
that's
get?
pretty good.
Let me see.
What?
Nice.
Let's see what you find out.
I'm sure what Roland's doing right now.
Wow.
All
I'm sure Roland has ADHD. Holy crap.
Fernan, after successfully convincing the guard to spill the beans on how to get such a cushy job, is filled in about how all it takes is just a proper donation towards the Duke, and you're set up for a good life.
Oh.
Good to know. I appreciate your knowledge. And approximately how much would said donation cost me?
All depends on his mood and what you bring.
Ah,
There wouldn't be
there.
any worth right now because the Duke is out of town.
Oh, you don't say. All right. Well, I'll take my leave of you. Thank you, guys. And why is Roland singing to Chipper again?
He's got to practice for tonight's show. You already told him
Right.
he's got to do
He does-
tonight's show.
He's
This
just
is how we're
got
paying
his.
for our room and board.
So
We're
speaking
supposed to be
of tonight's show,
tough guys here.
it's been about 3 hours.
Has it?
We
All
should
right,
go
let's go.
back and meet the dude.
The dude.
Chipper pulls out his notebook and starts signaling to me that there's something that we needed to remember.
Right.
Oh,
Chipper
yes,
is
right.
our alarm. Good job. Thanks, Chipper.
You're right, Chipper.
Right.
Let's head back to the inn.
All right. So you all return to the inn?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So there is a stairway on the side of the building. Let me just get to the dynamic lighting here. Selection.
Ooh, what a fancy front porch. That. Is that like flagstone or something? What? I want to go over there. Oh, it won't let me go through walls? That's interesting. Excuse me.
Never.
Oh. Okay.
Turn in. Come on, we've got a show to put on. All right.
Okay. Chill.
I'm not pinging.
I mean, it's okay.
That's me.
No,
That's
I'm
me.
just trying to get some things. Figured out. So,
Okay.
you guys are all gonna go to the second floor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
We're gonna knock 3 times. Only one of us is going to do it.
It's the room at the end of the hall.
Or
uh.
3 of us can each knock once.
At the top of the stairway on the exterior of the building is a door. What do you do?
Knock.
Who's going
3
first?
times.
Wait, are we on the right one? He said it was the south, and it was the door that was the furthest away from the stairwell, I thought.
Right
I didn't
now,
listen to
you're
that
currently
part.
at the door
I'm
that's
here
at the
to
top of the
perform.
stairwell.
Right, so it's probably a hallway.
Okay.
Then.
I don't see
So
anything,
all
but
the rooms are.
It's on the far right now. Everybody should be on the far right
on the far right.
Oh, maybe
of
we
the
have
map.
to
Go to the
zoom
far
out.
right.
Yeah, we have to zoom out.
I did zoom out. Oh, okay. I didn't pan. Sorry. Ah. Okay.
So
So
who's opening up or knocking on the door first?
can I
Whatever
listen at
they're
the
doing.
door?
Sure.
Okay. Do I have to roll for perception?
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to say that you would have to roll for this because you don't have any immediate reception for it.
Yeah. What is perception? A wisdom trait? Oh man, I miss my druid. Okay.
So, you don't hear anything on the other side of the door besides a light flickering of what seems to be a flame. Probably a candle or something.
That's a
Okay.
heckin' loud candle.
Yeah.
Right? Hey guys,
Or
I hear
really,
a
really
candle. I think. I don't know. Could just be the wind.
Who else wants to do anything?
I can move, but I'm also very small, so anybody can do something around me, I'm sure.
I can't see any of our
Is there a
characters on
problem?
my-
Why aren't we knocking yet?
You want to go
I
now?
think we should just knock. Let's knock.
Yeah, I knock.
We knocked 3 times. I remind him to knock 3 times.
All right.
Knock,
You knock
knock,
on the
knock.
door and you hear an echoey knock. The echo of the knock go down what seems to be a hallway that's on the other side of the door.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can just open up this door and it's going to take us into a hallway with a bunch of other doors. And we just need to find his door, which is
at
the
end of
furthest from the
hallway.
stair on the south side. And we knock 3 times.
Let's do this.
We
You
can't
gonna
have a
open up the door?
wait. I
Yep.
open the door.
Slowly, sneakily, stealthily,
Or
I did not do
swiftly.
that.
swiftly. Many different words to start with S.
I'm in.
Ooh,
There's a hallway.
wait, what?
We go
yeah,
down to the right, and it's the last door on the right. But
So
this looks open.
They said south. I'm going south. Oh, wow. That's a big hallway. Okay. Hey, Roland? I think you should come this way.
All right. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now let me move my person.
Okay. I think it's this door.
I
Who's
agree.
Does everyone else agree? I think we should listen first before we do anything, but this is the door I believe that it is. Using deductive reasoning.
Oh, you know what? I specified what this was.
Who's
Well,
having issues with their character? What?
I am.
I'm Vernon. It won't let me move my person. Just tell me
you have to
how
go
far.
through the door. You have to go up to where Flint is and through the door.
It wouldn't like actually let me move my character.
Can
Mm.
you try it again?
I'm
It tells me
It
it's-
looks
reloading.
like you got to the hallway.
Oh, you have
you have draw on.
yeah, you have the measuring device on. Make sure to click on the little arrow, like
Oh, okay.
to change your tool to grab.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, where'd
there
you guys go down?
Yep.
I'm under the assumption that we're under cardinal directions and north is up. Is that a safe assumption?
Yes, that is a safe assumption
Okay.
on this map.
So I'm going to listen to Fnipper, and I'm going to listen at the door. Is there anything that I hear on the other side?
You don't even have to roll for this one. You hear the sound of a pen scribing onto paper.
One more lens. I can't figure out where it goes for the directions. One thing I couldn't figure out
Interesting.
where it went.
Well,
Hmm.
you know.
Very nice. Garrett,
Flint needs to go down to reach the rest of the group. And he is
Where's-
now barged into a room.
oh
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ! Hey
I'm
Flint,
running. I'm coming.
what you doing?
I'm looking for you guys.
This little 4'4".
There we go. Hi, guys.
Jesus Christ.
I remember all we hear is ching, 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 ching.
Yeah, he's not very stealthy either. Chink, chink, chink.
You hear the voice on the other side say, "All right, you can come in now."
Let us
We
go
enter?
in.
Sure, I enter. Why not?
Just want to say, I've got my.
The door is not open.
I'm not wielding them, but I do have my hands at the ready of my dagger,
Okay.
There we
just in
go.
case.
Hello.
Oh, there he is. Oh, look, your room has a bath in it? That's so cool. Wait, what's over here?
Oh, is this Taylor Swift?
Excuse me.
I loved your last album. Oh, it's the wrong switch.
Man, this is so strange. It keeps
Hmm?
muting me for some reason.
Weird.
I haven't even pressed anything yet.
Weird.
Anyway, as I was saying, before it muted me for some stupid reason, you see him sitting on a little leather stool at a desk with a feathered quill like pen where he is writing onto a piece of paper right next to a map and a book, and on top of said book is a odd little device, a sort of half sphere or a semi-sphere that is covered with partial gold and a couple runic markings on top.
What
looks
you
to-
doing?
What language is it? Can we tell what language the runic?
At a glance, it's a bit difficult to tell because of its size. It is barely the size of his palm, so the runes are even smaller. You would have to have it on you to be able to read it.
Okay, so this
Anyway.
isn't the thing that's on the side table up here, right here.
No, that's right beside him himself. Technically where
Oh.
Flint is standing.
Oh,
Move him out of the way a little bit. All right. So Tavar then turns around in his chair to look at the rest of the group and goes, "All right. What if I told you I can make us all very, very rich?"
Question.
yeah.
Is it
Yes?
illegal?
Define illegal.
Against the law.
In the most legal sense. Is it illegal?
Well, technically, we're not stealing, we're not breaking and entering, and we're not killing anyone. Well, not anyone that doesn't need killing.
Second question. Is it
Yes.
amoral? Immoral.
I would say
Whoops.
that it is quite moral, actually. You see, I think you might want to hear the full story before you judge whether or not you want to do it or.
I definitely want to hear the full story. I am not comfortable with just going out and killing people.
I
On
like
the
stories.
hearsay of a stranger. No offense.
I just want to know what kind of enthusiasm I'm dealing with. You see, I have come upon a very interesting map. Very interesting map. And this device, which he grabs the half sphere, goes, is a key that may very well lead to infinite riches. To be very, very specific, I believe I have found a treasure worth over 1,000 astral diamonds.
Ooh.
But I cannot reach it on my own. You see, I am just a humble thief, a pickpocket. Adventure, sure. But recently I've taken up the art of treasure hunting. I've delved into many a crypt, finding out more and more information about this special place, this special treasure hoard. And finally, I have come upon it. But I've realized that I am well over my head in this. I need a bit of muscle. So, you all seem to be an adventuring sort, and very much in the need of a bit of cash. So let's say you help me with this. I will split it 40, 60. 40 to me, 60% to the rest of you. Seems fair?
So
Not entirely. I think that if we're going to be doing this, we deserve a bit more of a cut.
You get a good portion of the cut. 60%, my friend.
That
yes,
sounds
but that's
fair.
divided between 4 people. Actually, possibly 5. And
Possibly
Can-
6.
can I roll for insight to see if he's lying to me for anything? Like he doesn't.
Of course.
A
Of course.
humble thief? Really?
Of
Okay.
course.
Where's my insight? Ugh. Never mind.
When he does say the line "a thief," he does have a bit of a smirk to him that tells you that, of course, there's a little bit more to it than that.
Mm-hmm.
So, what ends up happening, or not what ends up happening, sorry, what he continues on saying is, with this 60%, I can guarantee 60% of 1,000 astral diamonds will more than satiate the lifetimes of several adventurers. Do you understand what an astral diamond is worth?
No, what's the exchange rate on those things? It's the current market value of an astral diamond.
Well,
Did
let's
he
take
just
a
get
look.
muted again? Oh, okay. What? Flint is eagerly reaching forward with his hand out? What is going on?
I'm trying to shake his hand.
Oh, is that
You won't
it?
shut up.
The man looks at Flint and goes, "You're already willing to do this job, then?"
Don't
You
even
said
know what
that.
it entails. What exactly are you asking of us?
Well, I won't tell you any more unless you agree, is the thing. Because if I were to tell you how I was to do this job, what's stopping you from stabbing me in the back and doing it all yourselves?
Morals?
Honey, do you know what town you're in? There are no
I
morals.
do, and I don't really agree with it.
It's not going to compromise her moral integrity, nor mine.
I'm not gonna say this to be offensive, but not everyone is a scumbag. No offense.
So, the
So
exchange
Yeah.
rate, by the way, of an astral diamond is about 100,000 platinum. Each platinum is about 1,000 gold.
Ooh, it's enough to retire.
I thought,
Yeah.
Wait,
I
no.
thought a platinum
Sorry,
piece
it's 10
was
gold, sorry.
10 gold.
10 gold. I read that
So-
wrong. It is 10 gold.
So 10 gold times how many? What was that? The platinums?
100,000. So it's
Oh, so it's like a million
basically
gold.
1,000,000 gold per astral diamond.
And
That's how many
are
astral
you
diamonds?
saying that
Our
you
way
shall
to
be
know
distributing?
exactly how reliable the sources are seems a bit far fetched at
Well,
this
here's the
time.
thing. So, I'm gonna say to Ellen, what if we took your share of the money and helped the community?
Oof.
Yes,
That
we
is
can
very
absolutely
tempting.
volunteer Ellen's share.
Wow. Y'all are
And a
ballsy.
third of mine.
So, Swift, how exactly do we know how reliable this information is to begin with?
Well, I've spent a good portion of my life hunting it down, and this, which he still is holding the half sphere in his hand, proves that it exists.
What is that?
What is that?
This, my friend, is the key to this treasure hoard. that I am talking about.
Doesn't look like much of a key.
Is there anyone else known to be on this path as well? Do you have any
Well-
enemies, anything like that we have to worry about?
This is the only key in its existence, and the last person to own it has sadly perished away many
Ow.
hundreds of years ago.
Yes, how did they perish?
I do believe he ended up dying of old age.
Okay.
I found this in a crypt, to be precise. Anyway, this key, I guess it's safe enough to let you know, this key leads to a certain teleport stone, which without this key is pretty much no different from any other stone, but with it will teleport us almost directly into the treasure hoard itself.
So what kind of risk, since the reward is so high, I assume the risk is quite high as well. What are we looking at that we will be up against?
Well, to put it bluntly, death, insanity, loss of limb, possible sickness, depending on how queasy your stomachs are, and maybe a little bit of a headache.
I hate headaches.
I'm no stranger to insanity.
No, you are not.
Yikes.
Well, this
I've got a strong stomach.
this success would help put me ahead of my rival, so you can count me in.
All right, so that's one of you.
I'm in, and then I'm writing a song about it.
Fair
Shit.
enough, Bard.
I'm
Well.
in, but afterwards we have to go back to my hometown and give the people there some money because they are not wealthy people.
And then I will write a song about that.
Sure.
All
Well, I
right,
want to be there for the songwriting, so I'm in.
then we have a deal. You're gonna help out then.
Sure.
I reach my hand forward to shake his.
All right. He gladly accepts the hand and shakes it and smiles. He then looks over at Ellen and goes, "Would you mind closing the door behind you, boy?"
I'll close it, but I'm giving him a suspicious look the whole time.
All right. He notes the suspicious look as he walks between the two of you and stomps his foot on the ground.
Okay.
As soon as he does so, a big red circle appears on the floor. Those who are of the arcane aspect realize that this is a ritual circle with a bunch of runes etched onto the ground, and it starts to hum with a bit of energy before it dissipates back into the ground and the light disappears.
Roland, that's your center stage.
I don't know about that.
Sorry to scare you, but I needed to make sure this room was properly sealed. I don't need anybody scrying or listening through the doorway on this discussion. So it seemed like he has properly sealed this room when it comes sealed this room of any scrying magic and cast silence on the room itself. All right, so let's discuss business then. He then walks over back to his desk and pulls out a little map, or the map that I discussed before, and the book. He lays the map down on the floor in front of everybody and points out that what seems to people who know the lay of the land, through plains and up to a cliff towards the northern direction. He goes, "All right, the plan is that we're going to head north. And then once we reach the Watcher's Cliffs, we must climb the cliffs, past the town of Sparrow, go through the forest, and somewhere in there is the stone. not that much, that far of a distance to be sure.
And
Now the
where
problem
pray
is,
tell, do we have this climbing equipment?
oh, we won't need to
What?
climb. There are plenty of switchbacks.
Okay.
So you'll be traveling with us?
Of course. I don't want to lead you into your doom. Otherwise, my investment wouldn't be quite sound. Because I'd be giving you this. And he holds out the artifact or the device. He goes, without it, you wouldn't even be able to enter the place, even if you found it.
I'm not touching that.
Can I roll Arcana check on it?
Sure. Did you want to ask for it to be handed to you?
I mean, he's holding it, so
Well, to
is he
properly
holding it?
inspect it. Yeah, he is holding it. To properly inspect it, you'd have to have it on your person because it is very tiny, and he's not really like holding it up exactly for you to see. He's just like waving it about. He's not making it easy to read.
Okay, but you've now scared me to the point where I'm not really sure if I want it to touch my body.
Oh, that's the name of the game as a DM. Paranoia. I was
Yeah.
so happy to give players paranoia.
Nope.
You are succeeding.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Question mark?
Anyway, yeah, he continues on. You can decide when, if you want to grab it later. He says the problem here is that once the teleportation spell is activated, the only way to come back is to reach the treasure hoard itself from the location that we get teleported to, and use the same key on the exit teleportation stone. Meaning there's no way back unless we succeed or die.
Ah,
So if we die, we get to come back? No.
Trying to lighten the mood. So wait, have you been there before? How do you know all this?
How would you know that, Tavar?
He then grabs the book that was on the just beneath the device and goes, "This was the journal of the previous owner of the device. You see, this man was also hunting his whole life for this place, this treasure hoard. He
Did
says,
you not say he died of old age?
yes, he did.
Wow.
He did indeed die of old age. You see, he didn't quite know the location of the stone, or the teleportation stone itself. He just had the device. And he
Right.
researched the owner of the treasure hoard, which, by the way, the treasure hoard is the lost castle of Grendar Deathclaw. He looks up at all of you, expecting some sort of reaction. This is a good time for a history check from all of you.
Look, I have very specific talents.
Oh, you don't have to explain yourself to me.
Oh, don't worry. I have 0 to many things.
Here we go.
I just happen to have a +6 to Arcana and History and Investigation.
All right. So over in the Discord, you might notice that there's a little voice place called Bookmost Vile Whisper. I would like the people, specifically Fnipper, Roland, and James, James,
I got you.
Flint, to head over.
So, did you roll high enough here?
I guess so.
Oh, yeah, you rolled a 10. So all we need is James, I guess, and Carter to come back over. Okay, well, there's one. There we go. Everybody's here.
So, you all know Grendar as a dragon.
Whoa.
That's really loud,
What
suddenly.
was it?
That's me.
Okay. I heard myself, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard you twice. Yeah.
I'm working on it. Hold on.
I think I need to get a notebook so I can write down like actual.
She is furiously taking notes.
Who?
Sniffer.
No, I've been coloring in my book. Where's my?
Anyway, you will learn that, or not learn, know that Grendar, Deathclaw, was a dragonborn knight who turned to evil and sold his services and soul to the Death Prince Orcus himself for immortality, and effectively became a Death Knight.
Oh, that sounds scary.
He has amassed a huge fortune through very, very evil means, and sought this power and wealth as a ways to to become like something that he isn't, which was powerful. And so that's generally who you're going to go and try to get this hoard from, is the lost castle of Grendar Deathclaw, because Grendar has long since died or disappeared from the world, and his castle with him. All right, so that should be it. Back to the main audio place.
Okay, it's gonna take me a second to get there. I'm trying to find. Wow, what is this?
No.
Jess.
I'm
And there she be.
There we go.
Sorry. I was trying to find a notebook this whole time so I could write stuff down. All I can find are notebooks that are already written in. There
That's
we
okay.
go.
So yeah, how do you three react to that information?
I am a little shocked. I thought
it's good info to
it
have.
was just kind of like a fairy tale. You know, I've heard songs and heard stories of him, but I always thought they were just, you know, fairy.
He's no fairy tale. I can guarantee it exists, and he existed.
I know this too.
Oh,
And we're certain that he's dead. Are we?
Mostly certain. Yes.
Mostly dead.
Give a quizzical look to Roland, but I'm gonna keep my comments to myself to ask later what this means, or what this name means, since I have no clue what they're talking about.
Right.
I was in the chat. Yeah, and I don't even know what I'm talking about, honestly. Good job.
So, you're still in then, knowing this information?
I mean, what kind of choice do we have?
Sure.
I'm in.
Well, your choice is to leave, and if I see you again, I'll probably end up having to kill you.
Well, that doesn't sound like fun.
Well, then
Or-
I'm definite.
And be in.
Yeah, okay, fine. I gotta
Suppose you don't
protect
really give us
Roland
much
anyway.
choice.
Right? What, monsieur? Aw, who's the baby?
By the way, also another thing, Jake.
Huh?
You can use /EM and then space, and then whatever you type will be basically like what Peter has been doing.
-EN space, you said?
Who's Peter?
EM. It
M
stands
as in-
for emote.
Oh, I thought it was for emphasis.
Okay.
I love that everyone is typing right now.
What is it? Slash.
EM. E as in eagle, M as in monster.
Oh, whoops, that was a question mark.
Well, it's /EM and then space, and then
Yeah.
whatever it is. That
Ah,
So this guy that we
Right on.
learned about.
Nope, that didn't work.
You
Uh,
put in EM slash there.
it's slash EM. Slash goes to the front.
Slash
slash-
needs to be in the front. So kind of like that. I put quotations there. Don't put quotations.
Oh, okay, cool.
There you go. So it's emphasis or emote. It's just generally to make different colors appear on the chat there. There is a way to change the color as well in the text, so it doesn't just be like orange or blue for the GM. It can be a bunch of other colors. I just don't remember how. Might be an API script that I'm not entirely sure of. I'm still
don't
pretty new to the whole
jump.
script stuff. Anyway, so you're all in. That's good to hear, says Tavar the Swift. Now, when will you all be ready to go? I'm hoping
When?
at least tomorrow morning.
Well, we'd like to get some better weapons. Is there some place around here we can shop or find, or do you happen to have a stash that you could share?
I think you're looking in the wrong place for goods. But I can tell you that once we reach Spiro, then you'll be able to buy some stuff there.
I say off to Spiro.
How far away is that?
Would you suggest traveling by day or by night?
Preferably by day. We don't know what will come after us in the night. Besides, by the time we reach Spiro, it will have been a full day's trek on foot. And we will be able to sleep in nice warm beds in the taverns of Spiro. A little bit more safe as well.
Then I vote that we leave at the crack of dawn.
Okay.
Second.
My concern is the cost involved with this quest. Is there any way we can get some money up front?
You won't have to worry about spending any money on room and board with me. I'll
Neato.
pay for each of your rooms, but nothing more. Your personal effects, weaponry, armor, and so on is for yourselves to purchase and make.
Your charity is very, very appreciative.
I wouldn't call it charity, but it's appreciated.
It's a free room. Charity.
I ask about food and drink, and I wink at him.
You're winking at him?
Yeah.
That's not creepy at all.
Right.
He's
Did
a little
everybody
bit
just
confused.
read what Roland
did.
just did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Pete, I'm way too much fun with that chat thing.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Part of me wants to take the keyboard away from you. Part of me is very entertained.
But it's so funny. Let's keep encouraging it.
Anyway, yes.
I'm gonna get my
he
quizzical
looks
looks even now more confused now because how is he stuck in the air like this?
Dude, I can't get down. I can't get down.
Where Tavar looks at Roland, who had just winked at him, and goes, "Yes, I'll pay for your meals."
Good. I put Chipper on my shoulder, and I walk out the door, and I say, I will see you at the bar.
Oh dear Lord, what have I done?
Don't worry, my lord. I'm pretty good at keeping him in line for the most part, and I'm gonna follow after him, keep him out of trouble.
You hear me singing down the halls, gonna get a load of cash, gonna get a load.
Tavar then looks up at the people remaining in the room and then asks, "Is he always like that?"
Come back.
Yeah, for the most part he is.
I come back in.
So-
Yes, he is.
Outside the building, you hear a very faint, "Oh, the cash book."
So I asked, what was it? Taylor Swift? What's the name of the guy's name?
Tavar.
Tavar. That's Tavar. if I can look closer upon that gadget that he's got in his hand there, the key. I don't want to touch it. I just want to see if he can hold it out for me in his own hand.
Of course. He then holds it up for you to inspect. You may roll an Arcana check if you'd like.
Okay, cool. Damn. I mean, that's okay, right?
Yes, he's
From
officially-
your
he's officially drinking
knowledge, sorry, what was that?
He's officially at the bar, guys. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Great. It's gonna drink more cranberry juice, quote unquote. All
I'm
right.
in-
So what do I
I'm in-
see?
You from your training and like your days studying magic,
Mhm.
do know that this is indeed
Oh,
a
okay, 12 o'clock.
keystone for a teleportation ritual. One of those long-lasting kind. And like he said, because of the half sphere, it means that it's one-way tickets. It'll take you there, but the same ritual won't take you back.
Okay.
So it seems like everything he's told you about this has been true so far.
That's good to know. At least he speaks some truths. I don't believe him about being just a petty thief or whatever. But
Well, we all keep secrets.
hmm.
Anyway, does everybody head back to the bar tonight
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
or into their rooms?
Are our
I'll
rooms
go
up
to the
here?
bar.
Wait, do I have a
The
room?
door-
Which room's mine? I want to take a bath.
Tavar is definitely willing to buy you guys a room. The room that you guys would get is the one with the two beds. It's in the northernmost part of the tavern on the second floor.
Is that the room that he's already barged into?
Yep.
Uh-oh, what did I do? I can't move this. Ah.
Roland is already at the bar, chatting up the barkeep.
So there's 2 beds and there's 4 bodies? Yeah.
5 bodies,
Didn't
right?
say it was going to be comfortable. Just said it was
Yeah,
going to be
5
free.
bodies. 5 bodies.
5? Currently
Sure.
4.
Oh, well, if you're not gonna be with them, yes, 4. Yeah, he'll be fine. He's gonna be plastered and his thumbs will thumb against the floor.
No. I mean, a dark shadow is Ty, isn't it?
Oh, hey, man, that bartender said he'd give me a shot in the afternoon.
5.
Oh, that's right.
Pete, you, me, Thistle, and James.
Oh, right. I didn't. Yes, I can't count after 4 p.m. Sorry. I don't math after 4.
All right.
I'm
So
not in the room. I'm in the bar.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm
yes.
up to see what kind of hijinks he's getting into now.
Any plans that you guys are currently making for our sleeping arrangements? I'm just talking to the bartender, and I'm trying to get him to open up more because I think he bottles a lot up inside.
Do you remember why James went back to the bookman's file with the whisper chat?
I think he went there to mute himself and not be heard.
I didn't
Or-
mean
and
to
not
stand
hear
on the
us,
bar.
sorry. He might be busy talking to someone.
Or maybe it was an accident.
Welcome back.
Earlier,
He's
yeah.
muted. Why is he muted?
Because it is half, it equals 1 direction. But we can use that teleportation device multiple times, just not at the same access point, right? He said that we had to use a different exit point or something, but can still use the same key. Is that correct?
Yeah. Technically, yes, that's correct.
Okay.
James, you're muted.
Maybe he dropped his phone. Touched the screen a lot randomly.
Excuse me.
Anyway, was there anything that you guys specifically wanted to do at the bar during this night?
Well, what do you got
besides
on the
disturbing
menu?
barkeep?
What's good to eat around here?
Soup and bread.
Sounds good. I'll take some of that.
Is the soup made with the poisoned water?
No.
That is a very good question.
Is anybody else an elf, by the way, or am I the only elf?
I'm half elf.
Okay, does
I
anybody
am
else want
not
to
an elf.
I am not an elf. This is also another thing that is new for me. I always
you
play
have
elf.
you have trance
I do not
as a
have
half elf?
trance.
As a
You
half
got it.
elf, you don't get trance?
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Right, so
So you're the only one that can trance?
Well, I like to say that our friend Taylor Swift here is trustable, for at least up front. I would still like to say we probably should be on guard, and that we've been seen going into a room with him
Yeah.
and stuff. So I will. I don't think I need a trance. All I have to do is trance to rest. So I'd like to just eat just enough to get myself, full enough for nourishment, and then I'll take a quick trance, and then I'll stay awake the rest of the night to keep on guard.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a full 8 hours. Now,
I
I've
will,
heard a couple of different things about the trancing. That I guess it depends on whose rules they are, but are they in a full slumber, or are they still kind of coherent and can their passive perception is still like
So
active?
for trances, they only need to be in a trance for a shortened period of time, not the same length of time as a full sleep.
Mm-hmm. But-
So instead of, I think it was 8 hours, it's 4 hours. And
Right.
when they're in the trance, it has to be uninterrupted 4 hours. So if it gets interrupted, it doesn't count. But they do keep their passive perception, as they are not fully asleep. They are just in a meditation or a meditative state.
Okay. So they can still, like, if somebody were to walk in front of them or something while they're in a trance state, they would still notice it.
Yes.
Okay.
They are still semi-aware of their area around them. Doesn't mean that they'll be able to see, like, way off in the distance someone walking around or that sort of thing. But they are technically still considered awake for all purposes of, perception-based checks,
Okay.
including passive.
So he's supposed to be performing in the afternoon part of it. So is he?
He's performing right now. Can't you hear him?
Let's say we at that time of night. Yeah, I was wondering. We at that point in time now.
Getting that what? Sorry?
Are we at the afternoon part where he's actually performing at the tavern?
I would
Or
assume
bar?
so, yes. It is the afternoon, and it's about time for the bar to get busier. And you already have your room, so right now we're just basically shooting a shit, just getting comfortable and figuring out what you want to do tonight before we set off on a big adventure tomorrow.
Well, I am enjoying listening to Roland play and also listening to Peter play in real life.
I am
I'll
actually
say,
spray painting a chair.
Your character has a dulcimer as well in the game?
No, that's a loot.
Oh.
I
Okay.
am. I'm in the bar as well, but again, I'm kind of keeping to the shadows and the corners and stuff. So I'm just trying to watch around, see if I see anyone suspicious, anyone that might look threatening.
Okay.
Not-
That'll be a perception check.
Uh-oh. What are you?
Let's be sneaky and stealthy, and I'm a rogue and all this stuff like that. So these rolls need to get a little better.
Why are
You're a rogue this time?
Yeah. Well, I'm a rogue.
I'm gonna open that up. I have a big
I
breath.
didn't realize that.
Perception.
See, this is what's bullshit.
Oh, okay.
Why do I feel like I heard anger?
I did hear anger.
So,
Jake, how loud is your mic?
Fernan, you notice that there are groups of people that are paying a bit more attention to Roland for more than just his music. You're not sure if they want to mug him or hurt him, but you do notice something.
I'm gonna keep my weapons at the ready. I'm not gonna, have flash them out and like threatening, but I'm again keeping to myself. But I'm watching them very intently, ready to react. I'm basically reaction if I see anything hostile happening. I'm gonna be ready.
Do I see anything, or do I have to roll for perception or something?
Yeah,
Where am
but
I?
are you worried about Roland being attacked as much as Fernan is? Or are you paying just a more
I just want to
attention
see what's
yourself?
going on in the room. I want to see if I can see. There's patrons around here. I just want to see if I can gauge anything by because yes, I know that this is a rough town, and I don't want to I want to see if there's anybody that's looks like they might endanger us.
All right, I'm gonna flesh out the bar a little bit with some more people.
Oh yes, especially now that there's more people. I'm gonna probably roll poorly here, but let's see. Do I see anything? Where did I go? I must have rolled really high up. Yeah, I don't see anything. Got it. How do I get rid of all the avatars on everybody's name at the bottom of the screen?
Oh, you go into settings, and then you scroll down to the very bottom where it says game settings, and then player avatar size.
And change it to names only.
Is
Okay.
anybody-
Cool. Thanks.
No worries,
is
I always have it
anybody
at names only because it's annoying.
Is
Yeah,
anybody
they
else
were
on
just on top of the screen. And
Is anybody else on the chaotic alignment, or is it just or am I the only one? By the way, I know Pete is, but everybody else.
you're not acting very chaotic. Peter better
Chaotic.
be chaotic as much as he's.
I'm chaotic good, by the way.
I am chaotic good.
I'm
Oh,
like
that
true
explains
good,
a lot.
neutral good, somewhere in there.
I haven't really had a
I'm
chance to use it.
neutral
My
good.
other flattery is to
Yeah,
make
I'm
you.
neutral good.
The point is to like you lower your guards, either I can steal from you easier or kill you later easier kind of thing. So I haven't really had to go that route yet.
I don't think I've ever played as part of a good party.
Yeah, we're all
Character is
good.
literally chaotic evil.
Oh, really? I've never been
Yeah.
an evil character. I've always been. I've been a chaotic neutral. I've been a true neutral. I'm a neutral good because apparently gnomes are supposed to be good. They can't really be bad.
There is no one chaotic though, right? Because I feel like I would be more bonded to a chaotic person than non-chaotic.
Well, apparently Roland is chaotic. Obviously, I mean, if you can't tell by the way he's been acting this whole game.
I'll tell since this all seems to be kind of our good anything else. I mean, hey, just you're the bar too, by the way. I guess I should make sure you're actually here. I can't see this is the bar right
I
now.
thought I saw her come in. Yeah, she's at the bottom.
Yeah.
My person's not there there. Okay, well I'm gonna just kind of gradually, just move over there without drawing attention, and just say, hey, watch these guys there. Don't look. They're a little too private of Roland here. We may want to keep an eye on them.
By the way, that's these characters here that I'm picking.
I'm applauding for Roland. I don't know.
I'll say I pulled out that pistol though. By the way,
I appreciate everyone's support, but the main one is that Chipper cares.
Chipper or Fnipper?
Chipper.
Chipper.
Let's see how it is.
He cares more about the raccoon.
Of course he does.
Chipper is like from our practice earlier in the street where he was like, telling me what was good and bad. He's like watching me, and every time that I do something good, he's like, "Yes, that's just like how we practice." But he, obviously, he's just like, "Wah, wah, wah, wah."
Starting to wonder if Chipper is real and everyone else can see him, or if it's only you. What?
Oh my goodness! Twist.
All right. So, did anybody want to confront the individual?
Wait, you just cut out what individual?
The individuals that were eyeing up Roland.
Which ones were those? Specifically?
Those ones.
Ah, those two. Those sketchy looking two.
Take a seat right here next to him and be like, how long you guys been in town?
They look at you and go, "That's none of your business now, is it? And piss off. This table's taken."
Well, this table's not, right? I'm gonna sit over here. Where's oh, Roland's on the stage. Yeah. Well, now I get a better point of view so I can see him. Can I just eavesdrop on these guys' conversation while I'm sitting over here?
Sure, you can try to do that. That would be a stealth roll.
That's a stealth roll?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Fingers crossed. Hmm.
You not so suspiciously walk up, try to get up on the chair, topple it over a little bit, right the chair again, and then climb successfully this time on top of the chair.
Sounds about right. I meant to do that. All
The
right,
two people, having been successfully cornered, looks up to the two of you and goes, "Well, I can see that this is going to be a very cozy event. We'll have none of it. Get out of the way."
That's not how
They
you speak
stand
to a
up.
lady. What?
They
You
both
just
stand
tell
up
me
from
to
the
get out of the way?
table and are starting to make their way out of.
Oh, got out again.
Sorry. They are making their way out of the door.
Can we try and stop them?
If you
I'm going
want.
to
Unless
ready my
some-
weapon.
Somebody else is going to interfere. I like to go for stealth. I like to follow them.
Okay, so
Spells
who
don't
said something about a weapon?
Unless
I'm
somebody
gonna
else wants
just have
to.
mine at the ready. Flint did.
Okay.
Unless somebody else is going to try to stop them beforehand, though. If they do walk out the door, then I want to do stealthy, or stealth follow them.
All right. So they are getting up and walking towards the door. Does anybody attempt to try to stop them?
Can
They're not
I
causing
just,
trouble yet.
real
so.
quick,
I'll get in there.
can I
Alright.
make a perception check to see how much the crowd is digging my music?
Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
I feel like that's more of a performance check to see how good you were actually performing.
Yeah, I was about to
Holy
say-
shit!
Why don't you just make a performance check?
That is a nat 20.
Wow. Well, they seem to be
They're
really
digging it.
digging it. They're really impressed. They're surprised that such talent can come in such a little town.
Hell yeah, Chipper. We did it.
That's right, Chip. This is what we practiced for.
This is what we practice for, Chipper. This is why we do it. Yeah.
Anyway, Ellen steps in the
Yes.
way of these people as they're trying to escape.
I also come up.
I am not looking for any trouble.
I'm gonna stand behind him.
Yeah, well, lass, if you don't leave, then you found it.
Look, I don't really like to be threatened. I think it's just not very polite.
Yeah, well, what if I don't care to be polite? Now get out of the way.
Can I
We got
see,
business to attend to.
Can I see that there's like an altercation with my friends, my best friends?
Yes, it is quite obvious from where you're standing
Does-
that over at the entrance, it's currently being blocked by the altercation.
So I'm gonna use unseen servant, and I'm gonna give him my loot, and I'm just gonna be like, cover for me. So there's like an invisible person playing the loot on the stage, covering for me.
All right, that'll be a one of your spell slots there.
It's worth it.
All right, so your
I
unseen
cast
servant.
unseen servant, so he can play my guitar.
All right, he continues playing your guitar, though not as efficiently, but still within a tune.
Okay, so I've spent the spell slot, and I come over.
And
What
that's
seems to be
the
the
end of your
problem?
All right, so
I don't
one
really
of the
want to
characters,
start a
or
fight
one of
in
the
here.
guys, the guy that's been talking this whole time, then reaches up and gives Ellen a good shove. That will be a dexterity save.
Whoa.
Fucking
is-
asshole.
Not expected.
That is not polite, sir.
All right, you successfully stand your ground and don't topple over. He goes, all right, if you won't get out of the way, we'll just have to make you. And he starts pulling out a dagger.
And what's a piss bag like you gonna do? And that's when I use vicious mockery.
I was going to say, everybody, roll initiative. It's a fight time.
Yeah,
Did I get my
wonderful.
vicious
Oh
mockery?
man.
Sadly, no. You had already spent a good amount of actions with your casting of spells and running up and talking to him. And by the time he rolled or pulled out his dagger, was already the initiative time.
You got a nat 20 on your initiative roll. Jake, you're muted.
Figures that I would do that.
Don't.
Are you okay?
Oh, that's nice.
I'm gonna assume he's dead. That's cool.
What happened?
Oh, someone was choking.
Oh yes,
And
it
making
wasn't me
dying
this time.
sounds.
Alrighty. So, with this this act of aggression, Fernan is the first to react because he saw this coming a mile away. So let's go, Fernan. All right.
Since I said I had like my weapons at the ready, kind of thing else, do I need to use my action to actually like be something equipped, or can I go into an attack? I guess I need to ask to make sure I want to do something out of order.
I'll let you draw your weapons as a free action because you were prepared. You were very much said that you were ready and able to draw your weapons.
I'll move here. I'll attack this gentleman here.
All right.
Gentlemen. Right. He pushed the lady.
It's very dishonorable. Dishonor. And so I use this.
Dishonor on your cow.
Dishonor on you. Alright, and it's a normal, and I don't have advantage, right?
No advantage.
Ooh.
All right. That hits.
Right, and then I do get my what do you call it? I'm just learning the throat part. I do get my sneak attack on them though, right? Because I have people within 5 feet.
What was your sneak attack?
You are a rogue. I forgot about that. It's advantage on attacks, right? So you get to roll.
I don't get advantage. I get an extra d6 of damage if I have advantage or if I have an ally within 5 feet. Is there a way to make it come up like that?
Yeah,
Are you ready to read it?
yeah. I just read it. To make it show up, you just click on the name, or the chat like symbol by the name. There you go, just like that. And you're using your finesse weapon, right?
Yes, this is my rapier.
Okay.
How
Yeah,
pretty
yeah, that's
they
fine.
are.
Yeah, you do get your extra d6 then.
There it is. So first that. So it's 6, and then my extra d6 would be.
Is David happy? I hear a baby that's giggling in the background.
Nice.
Dang.
So it'll be 12 damage.
So you successfully stab the man in the back, and he crumples to the ground.
Wow, that was quick. How much damage you do?
12. You did
6 for
12
my
damage.
regular one, and my extra d6 did an extra another 6.
Damn.
Um,
Do we want to question these guys though? Should we maybe knock them out or something?
I am more comfortable with us knocking them out than us just killing them all.
that is an option. Before you make the attack, you have to tell me whether or not you're to non-lethal damage, basically meaning that you use like the blunt end of your blade, or you're aiming in a non-lethal part of their body to try to knock them out. But that has to be before you roll damage.
Yeah.
My bad. He did.
What?
There's
Yeah,
still
he's
one
dead.
more
He
we
straight
can
up
question.
died. Like the guy
One
that he
more we can-
stabbed is dead.
All right.
Incredibly dead.
Who goes next?
That would be Roland, who I believe said that he wanted to cast Vicious Mockery.
Well, okay, so we've decided that we want to try and take one of these guys alive.
Be nice. They were just saying stuff about you, and they seemed suspicious, and we're kind of interested into what they've got against you or
Okay.
our party in general.
Well, then, I have the perfect answer for this. I cast sleep.
Okay.
All right.
There's like a saving throw, right? Like a constitution or something on that?
Well, hold on though. How by the book are we going here? Because you need a pinch of fine, pedal, or
I think he has a component pouch. Typically, you start out with something that would have all the components for your spells.
Oh, okay.
I have a
Or an arcane,
my
Focus.
my
If you have
yes.
a focus or a
guitar
component pouch, it
and
works.
my tambourine.
Okay.
No,
You don't need the component if you have the a focus.
Yeah, I've got my tambourine.
Okay.
Your tambourine is your arcane focus.
Well, I can
That's
use
great.
I can use tambourines, lutes, flutes. I've got a few things.
That's good.
That's interesting.
So I start
All right. So you have to roll a 5d8,
5d8.
and that's how many hit points of the creature you can affect with that that creature.
So let me go to. Is it in here? No. So I just have to.
Just go to
I
the
just
top
have
left
to-
and do it in the top left. Go to the front.
Here.
Or that. That works too.
Wow.
Hmm.
I think he's asleep.
25.
All right. And how many points did you want to select on each character that you wish to fall asleep?
I want to make this guy completely fall asleep.
Okay.
And
That
that's it.
is 4 points. What do you want to
Wow,
do with the other 20?
Good job.
You see that guy reading the book over there?
Sure.
Maybe we should put a lot of people in here asleep if we can, because I did just kill somebody inside the bar.
Yes, leave no witnesses.
Yeah,
Well,
people
we're
are starting to
definitely-
freak out, by the way.
We're calming people down by putting them to sleep.
Sleep, 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 sleep.
Yep.
That's why I didn't want to do anything in the bar. But
So yeah, we are however many other upset citizens that there are, they can take a nap.
I don't know if you have that many sleep points.
How many ever it works?
Each character here, besides the bartender, effectively only has 4 health points.
Oh my god, I think I put them all to sleep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I put 6 people to sleep. It's a 90-foot. It's a 90-foot range.
Yes, it is.
Oh wait. 20 feet. 20 feet of a point I choose, which I pretty
All right.
much centered it on that guy.
So you effectively make the entire bar fall asleep,
Except for the bartender.
except for the bartender.
I mean,
Gonna enjoy your music.
You guys.
How is the bartender reacting right now? Like, is he bored, or is he kind of like shocked with this too, or?
He is currently reaching for something behind the counter.
I yell at him, "Don't do that! No need!"
Uh-huh. He continues going.
If they started this, you saw what I did. Don't make me have to come that way too. We mean you no harm.
Uh-huh.
Let's just go back to our rooms and take our hostages, since apparently now we're the kind of people who take hostages.
I take cover behind him.
Now,
I am
understand,
judging you guys so hard.
you guys have like 60 seconds before this ends, by the way.
I call over to my unseen servant. We gotta go. And he runs over to me with my loot.
Somebody needs to drag our bodies.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not dragging anybody's. I'm way too small for this.
As you guys are leaving, the bartender is currently holding a gigantic double-bladed battle axe.
Jesus
And he's
Christ.
holding
It's
it,
time
and he
to
goes,
go.
"Don't break the place, but you seem to have attracted some unwanted attention."
Yeah, sorry about that. We didn't mean to.
We did
They
us an
shoved
oops.
her. We were just protecting ourselves.
That's okay. He's
telling
not
us
threatening
that
you guys. He's just holding it.
Oh,
Just saying,
Okay.
don't break the place, or he's gonna break us.
well, we're not trying
Exactly.
to
Exactly.
destroy anything in here.
That's exactly.
Okay, but
he's
the
just making
road
it
to
a
hell
point
is
not
paved
to.
with good intentions.
Yeah, I said that
Speaking of
yesterday.
paved roads, he kicks the dead body of the guy out of the door, and he splatters the pavement that's outside the building with blood, of course.
Oh my god.
And
Wonderful.
his body is now left out on the street, and the bartender goes back to his bar.
I'm sure he's already seen some shit. Like, this is probably not the worst thing he's ever witnessed.
So I go over to the body of the guy that I just put, the main guy that I meant to put to sleep. And I like grab him by the wrist. I don't have a lot of strength, so I'm just kind of, yeah.
The thump. The thump. Up the stairs. Is that...
Come on, Chipper, put your back into it. Yeah.
I'm gonna need that shot you said I could have earlier.
Ah, yes. Well, I mean, your bill's being paid for by Tavar. Do you want the good stuff?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Good
He then
enough
reaches
for
behind
all
the
that.
counter
Oh, good stuff.
towards
Good
the
stuff.
wall,
Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
and you see him reach into a brick, pull out the brick, and behind it is this very small. It seems almost like a vial-esque sort of flask. It has a very long, slender but thin neck. That reaches to the bottom, which is spherical at the bottom of it. And he pulls it out, and as he swishes it around, you swear that this amber liquid has sort of like a thin sliver of almost like fire moving
my
in the vial
God.
itself.
Really?
Yes, really? Every bar has it, Kate.
Fuck off.
You gotta know this by now. And he
I'm
reaches
sorry.
over.
What is it?
Oh, you're gonna see one of my trademark drinks here, my friend.
I'm going back to the room. I'm not involved in this.
Oh
I'm
God.
scared. I can't drink because even
gonna
just the
roll
smell of
perception.
liquor gets me drunk.
Sure, roll perception if you'd like. This is more of a history check, if anything.
Oh, is it?
Um,
Okay. Well, I could do a history check too.
Well, I'm already outside, so
So yeah, I'm just gonna continue with the drinking.
wait, did
thing
I
for a
see
bit.
Kate go up the stairs? I'm sorry, Ellen go up the stairs. I'm just gonna follow her. Us girls
Yeah,
need to
I'm
stay
hella out of
together.
here.
I am.
Oh God. I don't
Fuck
want this
all
drink now.
So
y'all.
wait, did Roland just abandon the guy halfway up the stairs for the
I
drinks?
saw a drink being poured.
Seriously?
So I'm just gonna move him here.
What am I doing wrong? Oh, I gotta go over here in order to
Okay, I
get up
got
the
a 12 on
stairs.
history.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
say
Flint. So
you're
you're a dwarf, Flint. You know your drinks. You know them very well. And this drink is something of pretty much legend. It's not uncommon. It's just very expensive, and not very many people are even willing to sell it, let alone drink it. It's called Dragon's Breath.
Oh, okay. I think I've actually heard of this.
So imagine a drink that is so powerful and so potent that you might as well be drinking nitroglycerin.
Okay.
You shake this stuff up too badly, it will explode in a fiery explosion.
Okay.
This stuff is quite volatile, and drinking it often will either knock out or straight up kill its consumer, depending on how much they can hold their alcohol.
He's a big guy. I mean, well, he's a short guy, but he's a big guy.
So anyway, he pulls out a couple shot glasses and pours one for you, pours one for himself, looks over at Roland, laughs, and then corks
I
the
want to do a
bottle.
history check real quick, and to see if I recognize it.
Sure.
So I'm gonna try to stop my companions here from drinking it.
Okay.
I'd like to drink it. I know what it is. I'm still gonna take a shot. He said it's strong. I'm a big guy.
Very awesome. I kill you.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Right, so is a 10 pass or nay?
10 passes. You know that this is Dragon's Breath.
So, friends, this is something we don't really want to mess with.
I think I do.
I think you
so,
don't.
too.
You should get your cranberry juice instead, and let's go. We have more important matters than we drinking. Come on now.
Oh, it's just a little
I've already
fun.
poured the drink.
Yeah,
Somebody
it'd
has
be
to
rude
do
Have-
at this
We
point.
can have fun later. We need to go. These guys
don't-
are gonna wake up anytime soon. Anytime now. We need to
The
go.
bartender poured the drink. I can't be rude.
Oh my god.
Roland, you have a shot glass as well at this point.
Roland says
All
maybe Vernon is right.
I mean, we do have to wake up early tomorrow.
All right.
There we go. I took the shot.
Flint needs to roll a Constitution save.
Oh gosh.
So does Roland. And the bartender takes a drink as well.
Wow.
What type of saving throw?
Constitution.
Yeah, I'll say he
How
took
much-
a drink.
So here's the thing about weight. By the way, you should have waited.
Oh no!
Roland, how much does your character weigh? Like
Um,
his body mass, not how much he's carrying.
140 pounds.
Ooh, you're at disadvantage. Flint, how much do you weigh?
195.
You're not at disadvantage, but you don't have advantage. So, by the looks of it, both of you failed.
Can he roll again just to see how badly he fails? I want to see if
Sure,
he
sure.
fails any further.
Roll again. See if you roll a 1. Please roll a 1.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really help at disadvantage.
No, it doesn't.
No.
But
Nope,
still.
doesn't do anything. Anyway, Flint, you're unconscious.
Oh,
Olin, you're unconscious. Immediately.
Hooray!
All right. Well, Fernan, it was your turn to watch him. I'm upstairs. I have no idea what's going on.
The half-orc bartender looks around and goes, "Oh, I thought at least the dwarf could hold his ale."
And I'll look at him and with my flatter be like, well, they can't all be as good of drinkers as you, my friend.
Care for a swig then? I don't
Oh,
get
no.
to pull this out very often.
I'm a lightweight, buddy. I'm an elf. We don't really drink too often, so
Nah,
I would be a
fine.
fate worse than death. But I'll get them out. I'll get these two lads out of your hair, and I'm going to try to my best to carry them to the bedrooms.
So who was carrying the bad guy, by the way?
he's
Girl.
still
Well, I
upstairs.
guess he left him outside, didn't he? Where is
Right.
he?
Ellen, you went upstairs, and Fnipper went upstairs. What did you two do while these fools were getting drunk?
I went to bed.
Yeah,
Okay.
me too. I figured I'd claim a bed before they got up here.
In a
I'm not
way,
gonna
He's
interrogate
only-
the guy.
Flint.
Huh?
All right.
In a
I'm
way,
gonna interrogate the guy after I try to get these
Flint
guys
and
in
I
the safe
also
spot.
went to bed.
Okay.
You guys did go to bed, right? But did you get a restful sleep? Like,
We have this
Yeah.
guy asleep. I'm gonna tie this guy up first, at least. I have my rope. I'm gonna tie him
You're
up.
gonna go tie him up before he wakes up?
Yes.
It's getting really close. Real close.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go tie him up first, realizing that he's not, and then I'll take him up to the room with the girls.
Okay.
I'm going to tell them while they're sleeping, or trying to sleep, say, "Hey, prisoner here, dumbasses." And then we'll
No.
go back downstairs, and they can do it too.
just call me a dumbass.
Yeah, I'm chaotic. That's so.
Just put him in
And,
the bathtub or something. I don't care.
Right? Exactly. I'm tired.
Oh, I would do that, except for the fact that our Nimrod, Dumb and Dumber down there just passed out drinking. So I'll be back.
Oh my god.
Sounds like I'm gonna have another hangover tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Sorry, I just got a message from someone.
No worries.
All right. Yes. So the guy eventually does wake up. Tied up. He looks around a bit groggily. He goes, "Wait a minute. What's going on here?"
So, is everybody still asleep but me, or is this enough time for everyone to be up, or who's all? I'm not
well-
going to sleep because I told you I'm staying alert while they're asleep.
The ones that drunk themselves to sleep are still out. The ones that chose to sleep can choose to sleep through this or wake up.
Well, if we were to wake, or if I were to wake up, would that affect? Like, do I have to start back over my 8 hours of rest, or?
Yes, it would be considered interrupted sleep.
I'm gonna stay asleep.
Yeah, me too.
Oh damn! I'm gonna take the time myself.
Yep, you're on watch. I'll
Alright,
wake up
well.
early, and you can sleep.
No, I'm
We
not
we went to bed early.
but he's waking up before you get your full rest. So if you wake up now, you don't get your full rest. If you get the full rest, it's
Right, that's why I said I'm sleeping.
Legit.
Like, you guys,
Oh,
I don't want part of your all's shenanigans. What the fuck is going on? Roland wakes up for a moment, throws up, passes out next to the puddle of his own stick. Wow.
Okay.
And there are reasons I'm staying asleep.
Yep. Was that in the room?
Where's Flint?
I don't know.
He's still passed out at the bar.
We just left him there.
I don't think the elf could lift the 200-pound dwarf. I don't think his strength is is high enough.
I can't even find myself.
Yeah, I can't find him. I mean, like the miniature's gone missing.
Yeah.
Really?
That's strange.
He drank so much he's on a different plane.
I
He's
guess
drank
I'll just
himself
make
into
a new
another
one.
existence.
There we go.
Ah,
All right. Well, so now the man's awake.
so, I guess. All right. Sleep well. So he's tired. Sleep well, my friend.
No. I guess I wouldn't have to. I would have to say I didn't.
Oh, I'd hope not. After you were very rude to my friend there, and kind of noticed that you were eyeballing my other friend as well while I was performing. So can I ask what exactly you're wanting with us?
Hmm. Well, the one that was being rude to your friend was Liam, and you seem to deal with him well enough.
And that'll be your fate if you don't give me what I want to know. There's no one else around to stop me.
Jesus Christ.
Word is around town. You folk know where treasure is. We were hoping that maybe we can get your friend drunk enough to spill the beans. Maybe even give us a map.
Huh. Well, as far as getting him drunk, that was not a bad plan. I will have to admit. But we don't know of any maps. So, but I also wouldn't mind knowing where exactly you heard this because there's only a select few who know this information.
We don't know of any maps, but there's only a select few of us that know that we know maps.
He doesn't know any maps. He said he went right to the bar. He doesn't know anything. As I was saying, Roland does not know anything.
Yeah, Roland does not know anything. What?
And then the man looks over at Roland, who's and he looks at Vernon and goes, "Do you really need to know why?"
He's a bard. Isn't that they all dream of?
Well, I mean,
I'm a theater.
he was singing this earlier across the streets.
Oh.
It's just his trademark song. That's all. He's working on private performance.
Yeah, he was singing about that down the streets, so it got a lot of attention from the locals.
I'm going to cut his tongue out as well. I am a tongueless bard, apparently.
Make it difficult to perform.
Anyway, I answered all your questions. Do you mind letting me go? I promise I won't try anything. Besides, it was all Liam's idea.
For the record, how heavy is this guy?
He's about 160.
So I can carry up to 165. All right, so I'm going to knock him out.
Oh my god.
I'm not going to kill him. I just want to knock him out, and then that way I can throw him outside, and then we'll.
Well, considering
and
that
then
he is helpless and tied up, you do get the critical attack. So all you have to do is just say that you do non-lethal damage.
Do non-lethal damage and knock him out.
Yeah. So you just basically do full damage. So effectively, yeah, you knocked him out. Congratulations.
And then I'm just gonna take him, basically just say I took him downstairs and tossed him out the door next to his dead friend.
Okay.
And walk back upstairs.
You notice that his dead friend has been thoroughly ransacked. Peter,
right.
his pockets have been pulled out, like inside out, from people digging through them, trying to get whatever loose change he had. His boots are missing. All that jazz.
Tell you what, instead of throwing him out the window, I'm gonna put him in one of the chairs at the bar, and yeah, we'll keep him tied up right there.
So, being a rogue, you're not gonna loot the body?
Oh,
Can you loot the body?
I forgot. I'm used to being an elf, or a wizard, so I forgot looting is something I should be doing. So yeah, matter of fact, I am going to loot his body and see what he's got. See if he's got anything nice on him.
What
Sorry,
the
can you repeat that?
I'm gonna before I went back to a little bit, so if that's okay. And
That's
before
okay.
after he's knocked out, I want to inspect and loot, see like loot his body, inspect to see if he has anything on him.
He has a few copper on him and a dagger. That's about it.
I like to take the dagger
Okay.
and just like put it on the bed or something. I really don't. I'm not gonna add it to my equipment, but just so he doesn't have it.
Okay.
And then, but I'm gonna take his copper pieces as well. So,
All right.
and then
It's
I'll proceed to take him downstairs.
6 copper pieces.
All right. And then I will take him downstairs and put him in a chair
Okay.
and leave him there. 6 copper pieces. Yay me.
Are you guys laying next to each other? Because
Oh my
Flint, you're
God.
asleep too, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I think we are.
I'm now going to take the rest some more rope and tie them by the hands and feet.
Oh,
So
I'm
they
actually a
can't
little
move.
bit further away. There we
What?
Okay.
I'm having a
Don't-
dream when you're in it.
Well now. Roland.
Okay. Was unaware that you dreamed of me or dreamt of me.
Well, these are things that
Shane,
the player
dude,
is not supposed to know.
Piles
Say,
of gold for me.
Oh boy.
we're friends, but you're not really my type.
Well, these
No,
are
it doesn't
lonely
matter,
times,
it's
and
just
there's
a-
only 2 women. So.
It's just a really weird dream.
Huh.
Good feeling gone.
All right. So, everybody falls asleep, well, except for, of course, whoever's on watch.
Aye.
And the rest of the night goes through rather peacefully. Nothing seems to happen. You wake up in the morning, including Flint and Roland, who do indeed have quite the hangover.
What level of rest have we taken?
You guys do get your full rest, technically.
Well, I'll say I stayed up the entire night just to be on lookout, so I still not had a rest yet.
Right.
Ass.
What?
What?
Ass.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
That's all I heard.
Yeah, that okay, good. I thought it was just me.
I shouted yes to Bree.
Guys, my head
Oh, it was
is
yes.
pounding.
I wonder why.
I'm gonna walk up to Peter. I'm sorry, Roland, and just be like, "Hey, feel better this morning?"
Hey, man, not so loud.
Yeah, and I'm gonna walk over to Flint and, "How about you, buddy?"
Hey man, that shit was good.
We know which one's the alcoholic.
God, what did we do
Dwarfs.
last night? Oh, I can only imagine. We must have drank so much, and it must have gotten so crazy.
Drink 1 shot of dragon breath, my friend. You're a wimp. The bartender found it quite humorous.
Yeah, but I mean, what did we do after we drank the dragon's breath?
You slept. You passed out like a bitch.
Now that doesn't sound right. Chipper? Chipper just kind of starts nodding at me.
Chipper is holding his head because he also took a single drop of dragon's breath at the same time you did.
Just there.
She said, "Stop."
He's also like waving his
Alright.
palm to keep the volume
Also,
down.
Roland, you may want to keep the singing down a notch here, buddy, as these guys supposedly attacked us because they heard you singing.
Everyone heard me singing.
However, had a map, and nothing about your singing had anything to do about a map, so I would think we need to maybe question or at least be cautious with our guide here.
A map. Yes.
Yes,
Where's
We
but
were talking about the map.
we didn't find out about the map until after we were out in the back town, and their answer was that they heard you singing about it, and they mentioned something about a map. So
I don't remember singing about a map.
you didn't. That's the point.
Oh,
But they knew about a map, but you didn't.
well, you're welcome.
Wow, somebody that actually picks up on subtle clues. This is new to me. Played D&D for 8 years with a certain group of people that were very, very. They just didn't pick up on subtle clues.
Maybe it's the whole
So that's
thing.
right, yeah, because you left the room before he started talking about the map. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
Okay,
heard
so
anything
and
about
these
it.
guys said they heard you singing about the map,
No, they heard me singing about treasure.
and they
No,
asked
they also
about
meant
the map.
about map. They
You
said
Well,
they
they-
heard that there was a treasure map. Yeah, so they knew about a map.
Well, I never sang about a map.
I'm
Right, but
confused.
they
Are
knew
you
about
playing? Pete, are you playing character, or are you taking this in real life? I'm really confused too.
I never sang about a map.
Okay, that's better.
Does that really clarify it? Who's Pete?
All right, so here's a question for everyone. It is about 10 p.m. here. I'm assuming it's about midnight for everyone else.
Oh, hey, look at that! It is.
How
Yep.
long did people want to play tonight? Did we want to call it here because it is a good spot to stop, or did we want to continue going?
I'm sleepy.
I'm fine with calling it here. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're in a good spot right now, and we got everybody set up. And this way, even if Justin's able to join us for the next session, this seems like a good place where he could
Yeah.
actually run into us.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I agree. I'm not sleepy. I'm super excited, and I absolutely want to keep playing. But I do agree that this is probably a good spot to cut it.
All right. So let's stop it there then. Call it a night. And we'll pick it up another week. Maybe next
Yes.
weekend or the weekend after.
Alrighty.
I have to box tomorrow morning, so I'm super hyped about sleep.
All right.
How many gifts are you going to be boxing?
Really?
On that
That
note,
sounds fun, though.
Yeah.
Like,
you guys have a good night.
All right. Good night.
really?
What?
Really?
What?
It seems slightly sexist.
Men can box too.
Huh.
Men have been boxing for a long time.
I can't.
They've been doing it at Macy's, at J.C. Penney.
You're really
Don't
hammering
say-
in on this joke, aren't
Not say that men cannot box.
I didn't say they were incapable of boxing. It just sounded like you were saying that she was boxing gifts as opposed to fighting or sparring with her hands, like punching and being athletic, which is what I got when she said boxing. That's where
That
my
is
head
what
went.
I am doing.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. I only do that with the VR game that we have. I have
Hey,
never.
Peter, don't respond to her on this. You're just gonna dig yourself a bigger hole, and she knows it. It's a trap. It's a trap.
I'm the punching a bag thing, and today I got to punch a person.
That sounds like so much fun. Pete.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I might
Honestly,
still
I
have
don't
you
like
in
punching
some reps.
people, but
Run away!
I mean, I used to take karate as a kid, and they'd have like the little foam hand things, and you could
Oh, yeah.
punch those.
I'm stopping the stream. Just
Okay.
Oh, because we're talking randomly now.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, yeah, we've kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for joining.
Yes, this was
Thank you.
enjoyable.
On that note, I'll also disappear for a quick second while I do an outro for my stream.
Okay.